Hey everybody, this is the weekly forecast commencing on Monday, November the 18th, 2024. Major shifting energies. The sun has been in Scorpio for the last 4 weeks, and on Thursday it moves into Sagittarius for 4 weeks. Scorpio is private. It's introspective. It can be brooding. They're more darker, intense energies. Sagittarius is outgoing. It's optimistic. It's adventurous. So you're going to see a definite shift in attitudes overall. But a bigger cycle is transformational. Pluto is re-entering into Aquarius on the 19th and will remain there for 20 years. Now, in around March, April, May of 2023, Pluto gave us a preview when it first started to move into Aquarius. Then it retrograded out, and now, as of November the 19th, 2024, now it's moving into Aquarius for the next 20 years. Pluto is transformational energies. Aquarius, some of the keywords of Aquarius, but the keyword that I like the most, Aquarius is the individuals and humanitarian and community. So Aquarius represents the people. And Pluto, not only is it transformational, but it's powerful. So these next 20 years is this slow development around the world for power of the people. Now, this Pluto going into Aquarius, major shifting energies. Aquarius also represents our personal needs, our personal freedom. So there's this drive for personal freedoms. It's democracy. Aquarius rules democracy. Aquarius rules technology. And in the first part of 2023, when Pluto gave us a little short preview of being in Aquarius, is when we started to really hear about AI, artificial intelligence, and how it's put, now you can use it, the everyday person can use it. So it's very exciting time. Aquarius can also be very rebellious but socially conscious. So before I break down what's happening each day this week, if you enjoy these kinds of videos and would like to see more of them, click like and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can receive the latest postings. All right, on Monday, November the 18th, we always start with the moon. The moon will be in Cancer. The moon represents the public tone, the public reactions. Cancer is more nurturing, more reflective, more wanting to stay at home. It's more family oriented. The moon, that emotional moon, will be in opposition or interacting with pleasure-seeking Venus late afternoon Pacific time. There's going to be these strong needs for connection, but there might be a little bit more neediness, but it only lasts for an hour or two. But Mercury, communication Mercury, is going to be in opposition to Jupiter, especially the first half of the day where it's the strongest. Mercury is the mind, Jupiter is that expansiveness. You could be doing a lot of thinking, talking, making plans for traveling. It certainly is triggering a great deal of optimism, but you can overdo it. Be careful of overinflated expectations, because when it doesn't turn out as you were hoping and wishing for, you could also become a bit deflated. But as the day wears on, and most of the day, the sun in Scorpio will be trining or in harmony with idealistic Neptune in Pisces. So twice a year, the sun will trine every planet, but on Monday, the sun is trining Neptune. So it's bringing a lot of confidence and support to all things Neptune. So it can be a time of being a visionary time, a very intuitive, psychic time, bringing in a lot of compassion and empathy. On another level, it can really awaken a tremendous amount of creativity. So Monday's pretty good. Tuesday, the moon continues in nurturing, reflective Cancer throughout the day. No other planetary events other than transformational Pluto enters into Aquarius. You see, since 2008, it was in Capricorn. Capricorn represents the old guard. It represents tradition, government, economics. With that, Pluto, once every 243 years, was revealing a lot of secrets, since Pluto rules the underworld, with what was going on in government, as one example. But Pluto in Capricorn was was much more focused on traditional conservative values. But on today, the 19th of November, Pluto moves into Aquarius for the next 20 years. And Aquarius is unconventional. It's innovative. It's really looking towards a new way of thinking. And as I said, we're going from Pluto in Capricorn, which was making big, intense changes with the old conventional mindset of Capricorn, and moving into Aquarius, which is innovative, original, humanitarian. So you're going to see more of a shift to new ideas, personal freedoms, and more of people in countries around the world demanding democracy, demanding more personal freedoms. Wednesday, the 20th, the moon's still in Cancer for the first part of the day, but it's going to be void of course from 3:20 a.m. to 5:51 a.m., just a couple of hours. But when the moon is void of course, it means as it's changing signs, because at the end of the void of course, at 5:51 a.m., the moon goes into Leo, fiery, dynamic Leo. Leo is extroverted. Leo wants, to, hang out and enjoy all these outside activities. Where with the moon in Cancer, often it's just wanting to stay at home, hang with family. But the moon in Cancer, going void of course, it means that the moon in Cancer is no longer making aspects to any other planets until it shifts back into a Leo, and then it starts aspecting all the various planets for the next 2.5 days. Void of course, do not initiate important new projects. The energy is flat and unproductive. Now the moon, after it goes into fiery, extroverted Leo, it's going to cross over fiery, impatient Mars, mid-afternoon Pacific time. That could bring a lot of emotional excitement or emotional impulsiveness. You might be feeling more anxious, impulsive, but it's only for an hour or two. On Thursday, the 21st, the moon continues in dynamic, extroverted, playful Leo. But now the sun, that's been in probing, moody, deep, dark, private Scorpio for the past 4 weeks, is now entering Sagittarius. Sagittarius is adventurous, it's outgoing, it's optimistic. There's more of this desire to travel. See, Sagittarius, the key words of Sagittarius is the eternal student or the eternal traveler. Now, so all that Sag energies, and Pluto now moved into Aquarius, is for most of us is going to make for a more upbeat, optimistic holiday season. Now on Friday, the 22nd, the moon in Leo will go void of course from 5:15 a.m. till 3:01 p.m., at which point the moon goes into analytical, practical Virgo. But again, when the moon in Leo is void of course, it's good to just stay the course, stay the routine, good for reflection, good for resting, but very much not advised to initiate important new projects because the energy of the void of course is flat and unproductive. And Venus, relational, creative, sociable Venus on Friday will be in harmony with responsible, grounded Saturn. You could be working on your relationship to make it feel more secure, more solid. It is good for manifesting, that's the Saturn, any creative projects, Venus. Venus is also a planet that likes the finer things in life, costs money. Venus can also have a lot to do with finances. And Saturn is that responsible, serious business energies. So it's also a good day for business. But during the void of course, do not introduce new business. But the void of course could be good where you're fine-tuning old business. Now, on the 23rd, on Saturday the 23rd, the moon in Virgo. Virgo, for the world, it's more analytical, more sensible, more practical. Virgo is more work-oriented, service-oriented. But late afternoon, Pacific time, that critical moon in Virgo will be in opposition or confrontation to pragmatic, restricted Saturn. So late afternoon for an hour to 2 hours, not good for business, that's the Saturn. The moon it can represent trying to get your emotional needs met, trying to make an emotional connection. And with Saturn, there tends to be a coldness and aloofness. So if this moon opposite Saturn for your time zone is impacting your Saturday evening, it may end up being frustrating where your plans for a Saturday evening may be more frustrated. But again, this too shall pass. And on Sunday, the 24th, the moon continues in analytical Virgo. Early afternoon Pacific time, it's in a stressful angle to rational Mercury. When emotional, subjective moon is in tension, called the square, with rational, intellectual Mercury, there could be these a lot of emotional mood swings with opinions. Communications could really get off track. But by the time you get to the especially late afternoon of the 24th, now the moon will be in harmony, called a trine, to Uranus. Moon Uranus could trigger a lot of excitement, surprises, really great for breaking out of the old routine, getting out of old stuck habits. So there's a lot of emotional release and excitement and moving forwards. Maybe that's happening because earlier in the day with the moon in difficult angle to Mercury, you might have been feeling really frustrated and criticizing yourself, or feeling frustrated with relationship communications. But then instead of running away and hiding, perhaps, then with that moon to Uranus a couple hours later, then you're feeling a new perspective, a new attitude, you're more optimistic. And so the tide is changing, especially around relationships, by the end of the day. I want to thank you for watching. If you like information on how to book an astrology reading or check out my 2-question offer, visit my website at gardino.co. That's .co. Until next week, be safe and well.